welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time here. I'm Madalina and this is my channel, the place where I'm sharing with you my journey to veganism and to a more conscious living. So you have to remember that we're doing a holiday series, so vegan holidays, because we're vegans or we're vegan interested, and I really want to share with you some cruelty-free and easy alternatives. So this is what I'm doing right now. And for today I have to share with you the recipe that I worked a lot on. So I really worked a lot, guys. I think that this is the recipe that I worked the most for this series. It's a stuffed seitan Wellington. So yeah, I'm really proud of this recipe. I hope that you like it. Okay, let's go see this recipe. It's a little bit more complicated. It's in 3 steps, but we're gonna talk about this more later.
As you already know from the previous videos, you have all your ingredients here, so you can take a print screen and save it for later. And as I said, I have 3 parts for this recipe, so you have 3 pictures with the ingredients. And we're gonna start with the stuffing, because it has to cool for a little bit. So I used 1 onion, carrots, cranberries, walnuts, 2/3 of a cup, 1 flax egg. You can use chia if you prefer, but I prefer to use flax. For the spices, I used some sage, basil, coriander, a pinch of salt, some chili flakes, a little bit of garlic powder, smoky paprika, and some black pepper, ground pepper. And I prefer to chop all my veggies in large pieces and throw them in a food processor, because it's actually easier than cutting them in small pieces, and it takes so much less time than cutting them. But if you prefer, you can cut them. I am lazy sometimes, and this recipe takes a little bit longer than usual, so that's why I prefer to use the food processor. After you chop your veggies, just wipe your food processor for a little bit and throw in the walnuts and the cranberries and process until they're small, just like this. You don't want them pulverized, just small. And cook your veggies. I prefer to cook them in water, but you can cook them with oil. And just cook until they start to soften. After that, add your spices, flax egg, and walnuts and cranberries, and mix everything really well. And cook until your veggies are soft. That's it. This is your stuffing, and it's gonna be really good. See, just like this. It has to be a little bit dry, not too dry, but a little bit, because it's gonna go inside your seitan. And for the seitan dough, you need a cup of water, some soy sauce with gluten. I use a package, it's 250 grams, and I advise you to use grams because it's easier. Some tofu that I'm gonna drain. My package has 180 grams, but after draining it's 150. 2 bouillon cubes, they're vegan. Some garlic powder and smoky paprika. Just drain your tofu and blend until it is really smooth. You don't want to have big chunks. And then mix your dough. So add your dry ingredients and tofu, mix them, and then add your water and bouillon cubes. I almost forgot about those cubes. And don't forget about your soy sauce too. So crumble them really fine, and then add your water little by little, because depending on your gluten, you're gonna need less or more water than I need, but it really depends on your gluten. and then just spread it a little bit, add your stuffing in the middle, and wrap your seitan around your stuffing. After you finish wrapping your seitan around your stuffing, you're gonna wrap it again in cling film, and don't forget to tie your ends. And I prefer to bake it covered in water, so bake it in a deep dish covered with water on medium-low heat for about an hour. That would be enough because it's quite thin and your stuffing is already cooked. And this is it. And now to really make the Wellington, you're gonna need some mushrooms, some thyme, basil, a little bit of salt, garlic powder or garlic, and some freshly cracked pepper. And again, you can chop your mushrooms really thin or really small, or I prefer to throw them in the food processor and blitz them until they're fine, and then cook in a little bit of water. Again, you can use oil to cook them until they are quite dry, actually not a little bit dry but quite dry, because you don't want too much moisture. Take out your seitan, let it cool, and then spread your mushrooms on a puff pastry and then wrap it really tight and put it with bake it with the overlapping part on the bottom of the pan. And for the garnish, for the side dish, I made some green beans, and I used some green beans, tomato paste, some salt, garlic powder, and some black pepper. That's it. I just threw everything in a pan with a little bit of water, and as you can see, my green beans are already frozen. I did not bother thawing them. I just threw them in with a little bit of water, and after they started to soften, I added the tomato paste mixed with some garlic, pepper, some salt, and mix everything until it's cooked. This is how it looks. It tastes really great. You have to try this recipe, guys.
So this was the recipe for the stuffed seitan Wellington. It's a little bit unconventional, and as I said, or as you could see, it's the most complicated recipe that I have on this channel. And even if it's complicated, okay, not that complicated, but still it takes a little bit more time to make it. It's even easier than, I don't know, meat or something like that, and it's healthier and it's cruelty free. So you have so many wins with this lifestyle and with this recipe. Why not make it for you? It goes really well with those green beans that I showed you here, and you can add some gravy, your favorite gravy. I did not make a gravy recipe here, but I am sure that you have one. You can make a red wine sauce for it, or I don't know, the sauce that you like the most in this world and goes well with seitan. You can use it. On this note, I hope that you're gonna test and taste at least some of these recipes, and if you're gonna do that, please let me know how they work for you. Take some pictures, tag me on Instagram, on Facebook. You have all my social media in the description box below, so let me know how this goes for you. And if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Seriously, you have to be subscribed. I upload at least once a week, so go hit the subscribe notification right under this video and hit the notification button right next to the subscribe button. And yeah, you have to do this. As I said, I upload at least once a week, and I still have videos from this vegan holiday series. And the last video before Christmas is gonna be up on 22 December, so this Friday, and you want to see this video. Believe me, you want to. And you really want to make the stuffed seitan Wellington, because it's gonna be a hit with your guests and with your family and with everyone. and the combination between sweet and a little bit spicy and savory, it goes so well, and it's gonna make your taste buds dance. So yeah, try this recipe. Bye and see you in the next video. Go vegan until then.